Today?
Yes, today. Is that correct?
Depends.
Okay, okay. So does that mean that today you are not very tired?
Right now, no.
Okay, understand. All right. So we have been having this tuition for 1 month, I think, maybe less, yeah? 1 month or less, yeah. No, actually maybe 1 month, including the holiday tuition. So how has it been for you so far?
It's good.
Mhm.
Like I don't have to spend a lot of time trying to understand what my teacher on the textbook is saying because it's already covered here. Then I can just go straight to practice.
Mhm. Good to hear that. Is there anything that you feel can be improved, so that the tuition is better?
Uh, I'm not really sure.
Okay,
Maybe
okay.
more practice questions from like other schools.
That one can be easily solved. Let me share with you immediately after this, yeah. If there's anything else, right? Maybe you just haven't figured it out yet, right? But if there's anything else, feel free to feedback me so that it improves and also good for you. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So first thing first, what I'm going to share with you is just a Google Drive, right? Now you do have Google Drive, right? You have. So what I'm going to share with you is. Okay, right. So what I'm going to share with okay, now your email should Ang Kyoko, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so I have shared with you a folder called O-Level A-Math. Even though it's O-Level, the paper you see there will be suitable for Sec 3. That's because it's the in O-Level, what you learn is going to be the same difficulty. They don't add more. That's one. Okay, I will also share with you Sec 3. Oh, there you go. Okay, I also share with you the Sec 3 AMAT. So that's more like what you're learning, but some schools slightly different topic than yours lah. So you may find that to be sometimes enough, sometimes not, right? So for slightly better difficulty, like more suitable, I think you go to Sec 4 lah. But if you just want a Sec 3 and use it, then you can go to the Sec 3 one. I think you will find that the Sec 4 is more suitable, but feel free to give it a try. Now, please check with your Google Drive whether you actually have those two folders shared with you. Okay, Kyoko, you're muted, yeah? So in your Google Drive, do you see any new two folders?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Just just try one, right? Just try one. So you can choose, for example, the Sec3 one first, right? All right. For the Sec3 one, I think right now you should avoid the SA1 because SA1 will be your past topics most probably. Try an SA2. Tell me which one you choose. There isn't much SA2. There isn't many, sorry. So tell me which one you choose just randomly. Okay, so which school and which year do you choose, Kyoko?
Cedar Girls SA2
SA2.
2016.
All right, so I'll open it. I'll open together with you. For example, you're trying to find a coordinate geometry question. For example, the coordinate geometry question always have a drawing one, so it's extremely easy to find. Okay, so let's see whether this one have. Let's find it together. Okay. So do you see any?
Yeah, question 11.
Very good. It's very easy to spot, right? Very easy to spot. So for example, if you feel that you're ready for the relay exam level, your practices is quite nearby, right? If you're feeling you're ready, you don't want to wait too long, you go to this question, you go to Google Drive, right? And then one question of CG per paper, right? That's one. Just for your information, the question 12 will be the circle question that you're supposed to have, right? Okay, now, just curious, can you access your Google Drive because you need internet, in your class?
Yes.
Okay, so in case you feel it's the right time to practice exam question, whenever that is, then you have this available for you already, right? Almost all the questions in these papers are definitely exam level. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Now, for today, do we do CG or do we do the new guy's circle? No rush for the circle.
Circle.
Okay, so give me a very brief update of your CG. I did owe you one method, so I still have to explain one method for you, right? But other than that, now that I realize you reached the red question, isn't it? And red question means you have practiced a lot before, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, understand. Okay, I understand why you may want to move to circle. Now, let me explain the method I promised you first for question 24. Okay. So I will copy it for the next page. So are you in page 11?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So if you could turn on your video, that's slightly better for me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, right. Okay, okay. Yeah, everything's fine. Okay, good. Now, I'm just gonna repeat what you draw because I want to draw it slightly. My Jamboard error. Okay. So I'm repeating what you draw just to make it bigger, right? So 3 and 3 lah. So you have this A, and then you have 5 and 7, right? For C, no, 5. I'm sorry. Wait. Originally, yeah, you have A and C, right? So this one is A, your 3 and 3. And then your C, which is 5, and then 7. Now, this already tells you that, if you draw correctly, you notice that this cube cannot be upright already. If you draw kind of on scale, cannot be, right? So how do I know they are diagonal? Because, well, the rule, they say square A, B, C, D, or A and C is A, B, C. So I'm skipping B, so this must be a diagonal. Okay, yeah. So I told you, go and find the midpoint first, and then go and find the this line, and that's what you did, correct? So this line is this guy, correct? Not mistaken. Correct, yeah. Okay, yeah. So now, oh, yeah, no. I just asked you to find the midpoint, but you go and find the line, and I think that's fine also. There is no harm in that. So now I am going to do something new, right? Okay. So notice that I am going upright. Okay, I'm going to draw a triangle, and I'm drawing an upright triangle. When I do something upright, it is always meant to make our life easier. So there's an upright triangle. Okay. Okay. I'm going to call this, for convenience, I'm going to call this A prime. Okay. Yeah. Now, A prime M is not very difficult. You know the horizontal and the vertical sides. So I'm going to just say that immediately, because I think your midpoint is 4,5, right? I think 4,5, right? 4,5. So your triangle here will be 2 and 1. So just saying this triangle 2, 1, and 90 degrees. Make sense? Okay. Now, what am I going to do with this triangle? Well, I'm going to draw another triangle. Right? I'm going to draw another triangle. There you go. Which looks very similar, but the orientation is not exactly the same. And I will claim that this is, this can be B or D, right? Okay, so actually, because they never tell you, is it A, B, C, D, or A, B, C, D? They never tell. So we can just randomly assign this to be B or D. It does not matter, right? It does not matter, right? So I'm going to assume that this guy is below, right? And then there are a few things we to note about this triangle and this triangle. Is that if this is 1 and 2, this one will be, this is 2, and this is 1, right? I don't offer any explanation. I just ask you, does that make sense or not?
Can you repeat?
Like this. So because of, I know this is 2 and 1, right? From the first triangle, then I realize, okay, no explanation given yet, that this is 2 and this is 1. Okay, and because of that, finding B is extremely easy. I don't even need the line, so to speak. I just need the midpoint and the triangle. Okay, yeah. So for example, now I know, because of 2 and 1, I know that the triangle B will be, let's see, B will be, I believe, 2,6, look, something like that. Okay, can you see why it is 2,6?
No. Yeah, I can see.
Okay, yeah, 2,6. Then I use the exact same thing to find D, right? To find D. So exact same thing means I'm going to draw one more triangle just to be certain. Okay, I will draw it this way, to avoid crowdedness. Okay, the drawing is already a bit crowded, yeah, you realize, yeah, but okay, there's 2, and then there's 1. No? So then I ask you, Kyoko, what is D? Okay, yeah, think about it. Okay, Aditya, I can see your video. Okay, now it's better. Good. Okay, zoom out a little bit. It's too zoom in, yeah? Zoom out a little bit.
Yeah, I need to lift up the stand.
Okay, right. Okay. Looks good to me. I hope it's not blocking your head. Okay, shouldn't be blocking your head. But now zoom in a little bit lah, using the pinching, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, looks like this is gonna be free. Okay, not knocking your head. Oh, wonderful. Okay, this is good. Okay, wonderful. Okay, excellent setup, Aditya. Tell me when you're done. Yeah, setting up. So Kyoko, what is coordinate D then? Kyoko, you're muted. Kyoko, any idea?
6, 4. 6,
6-4. I agree with you. It is 6-4. Now let's see whether the answer key is correct. Just check the answer key first, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit more. Okay. So Aditya, what do you have for us?
I got a sine rule worksheet. We did sine rule and cosine rule in class.
All right, not surprising. You still remember what I told you? The pair thingy, the two form.
Yeah.
Good. It's not likely that the teacher will teach it that way. So let me see. Is that correct? Does the teacher teach it that way or not?
No, she does it like sine over sine. I mean, yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
Let's see lah. Because I teach you the fastest way I know lah. So make the paper straight. I cannot see everything. Going up a bit.
Going up, like zoom in?
Like move up.
Oh, my bad.
Move the paper, right? Okay. So now you're trying this as a homework, yes?
Yeah.
All right. Are you stuck?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So, you are very slow. Very slow, yeah? That's what I feel when you're doing all this. This is not how I teach you, yeah? Now remember, we practice sum, right? So there are two triangles. There are actually three triangles here, the two small one and the big one, okay? One big one. Make sense? Then there are different qualities of triangle, okay? So the big one, how many things you know about the big triangle?
2.
2, no, you know.
Oh, no, wait, 3.
Actually, you know 3. And knowing 3 is good. That's what I told you. Knowing 3 means you can find something about it. Right? Everything, sine rule will work. Okay, the small one at the left, A, C1, C2. How many do you know?
We know 2.
Okay, so you cannot start with that. That's what I taught you, correct? Then the small one on the right. How many?
You know 2 also.
No.
Oh, wait, 3. Yeah, this
Okay.
thing.
Please be very careful with that. The visual side is very important. Yeah. So you know 3, 2 triangles, you know 3. Okay. So it looks like they want you to find angles C1 and C2. Now, because of the way I teach you, I do expect you to be kind of fast. I don't want you to follow the teacher's method too much because I think they're starting from very basic. So how do I teach you to see whether a triangle apply sine rule and which form do we choose? How do I teach you to do that? I'm going to repeat this once. Yeah. Okay. Choose the small one or the big one first.
The big one.
All right. The big one. Then you have to see pairs. What I mean pairs is the angle and the side across the angle. Okay. Do you see pairs?
Oh, yeah.
Which one? Using your finger. Pairs, quickly.
Is it like sine 28? No, wait.
Okay, so 8 centimeter and the 28 is a pair. The 8 centimeter and 28 is a pair. Right? Yeah. The 12 centimeter is the pair with the question mark.
Yeah.
And then there's another pair which both are unknown. Make sense?
Sorry,
There's the other pair, there are 3 pairs. The third pair is unknown. Both are unknown here for the big triangle.
Mm.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So now what do I teach you is, first of all, label the unknown is easier. Okay. You can label it X or something else if you want to. Please label it quick. And then since you have the pair 8 and 28, you're going to use that obviously, right? You're going to use that. And then you're also going to use the unknown X and the 12, right? Those are the two things you're going to use, right? The third thing I teach you is you put the unknown on top when you're writing the equation, correct?
Yeah.
So this form that you write, sine A over A, sine B over B, is this the best form for this triangle or is it not?
No.
It is, because the X
Oh
is
yeah,
in the
yeah. Because
sine.
the angles. Then we can just inverse sine.
Then you put it on top because that's what makes our life easier. Now, I almost never teach you how to write the sine A over A. That doesn't give you marks. That doesn't help you think too much also. I also, in the end, never teach you, oh, this is small a, big A. I teach you at the start. What I teach you is how to directly see and apply. Now apply this. I want to see you apply. If you are not sure, use pencil. Quickly. Okay. Right, the unknown is on top. Good. Okay, this is how I teach you. Okay, this is how I teach you, and I want you to practice this one. Okay, can ya? Okay. Now, Kyoko, how is it so far? Is the answer correct or not?
It's like the answer is B is 6,4, then D is 2,6.
Yep, I explained from the start, right? It probably doesn't matter because they never tell you ABCD is clockwise or counterclockwise. So since it's reverse, you still get the correct coordinate. You just label them wrongly, but then again, we also don't know how to label them correctly. Nobody say that this is B or this is D. At least I read the answer, the question never tells me. Okay.
So in exam, they'll just mark it
randomly, right? There should be a requirement on the B and D. There shouldn't be. Okay, something like that. Now, besides that small detail, right? The coordinates are correct, and I found it using the, so to speak, this one is now the triangle method. Okay, can you apply the triangle method yourself? If I erase this,
I think so.
Okay, erase it, then redo it. Feel comfortable with it because it's unlikely that teacher will teach this method. This is, however, the fastest for hard questions. Plus, it is a very visual method, so I think it's very suitable for you. Right? I want you to have a feel about this question a little bit, because I don't think we can count on your class to tell you the method for this difficult question also. They have another method to do it, which is longer. But since it's not going to happen, then we'll just focus on this method, and I'll teach you how to present it later on. Okay? Okay, and when you feel comfortable, please erase it and then repeat it. Okay? Then at least we're free for circle. Aditya, move up, please, so I can follow. Move up again a bit more. Everything seems fine to me. Now, do you have the answer key?
No.
Right. Now,
I mean, for the rest of the questions, wait, I think there is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now go back to the first one. So the first page you haven't.
Not for this. This is like an example.
Correct. So now you read what the lecture note is telling you to determine if there's a second valid angle. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but do you think you have to understand that?
Not really. Like our teacher skipped that whole part.
Right. So now let me explain to you. Now, if you do this, your intention is to do this using the big triangle, right? Okay, and then you get 44.8. Now, try doing it with a small triangle. Try doing it with a small triangle because the small triangle also three known, correct?
Yeah.
Please give it a try. And I think this is what your teacher is addressing. So the teacher is already addressing an advanced situation, so to speak. Okay, something that I haven't teach, so I want you to do it properly. Please use the small triangle to find C1.
Alright, I'll just like fix my Bluetooth. It switched to my laptop.
Mhm. Yeah, Kyoko. So don't do the 3, do the 3-3 on scale, please. Don't confuse yourself like that, right? Since it's a visual method, do the 3-3 with the proper scale, right? If that's 3, yeah, okay, that's fine also, sure. 3. Then you have 5, right? Good. Right. You have A, you have C. Aditya, I'm asking you to do the C1, yeah? So don't flip the page first.
Oh, sorry.
Identify the pair and the unknown. You're labeling Y, very good. Kyoko, if you know that the midpoint is important, go and label the midpoint first. If you already know the label, then that's fine. Okay, good. 4, 5. Okay, it's not directly in the middle. I feel that your 4, 5 is very confusing right now. I feel it's like 4, 4. So like you're not following the coordinate yet. It's not good to do this in exam. It's very confusing, I feel. You want 4, 5, right? Yeah, you want 4, 5, right? So instead of erasing the scale, I think that's the wrong thing to do. I think you should adjust the midpoint. The midpoint doesn't seem to be in the middle of A and C, right? You're muted, by the way, yeah? Right. The midpoint doesn't seem to be in the middle of A and C, and that's because what you're drawing is not 4, 5. And don't focus too much on the line equation. I know it's connecting 7. You're focusing, I think, not on the right thing. Right? You should be focusing on the midpoint first. All right, Aditya. So look at that. The working is exactly the same because the 8 and the 8 lah, and then the 28. So that makes sense?
Yeah, but like this is a.
It doesn't look like
obtuse.
44 lah, right? It doesn't look like 44. Correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what this whole page is trying to say. The triangle is different, but the numbers are the same, such that this is a very confusing result. So what are we supposed to do? Okay. Okay, that's what this page is trying to teach us. Understand the problem so far?
Yeah.
Right. So how do we solve it? Well, I will say something different than what this page is saying. I will say, refer to your AMAT, right? No, I mean, AMAT is the one I taught you and your teacher, your class haven't reached, right? So I'm going to draw something in your Jamboard. Aditya. Where is Aditya's Jamboard? Aditya's Jamboard is finished, right? So do you have a new Jamboard? Please share with me.
I do not.
Right, please create one and then share with me.
All right.
Right, the first triangle, Kyoko, will be known by you, right? Because of the M and the A. Then the triangle, which is upright, the horizontal and the vertical side, you will know. You start from that first triangle, yeah? Okay, tell me when you're done, yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to title it my style, yeah? And I'm going to name it your name, not because you need it. Obviously, you don't need it, yeah, but because I need it so that I can differentiate your Jamboard from the rest. Okay. Now, okay, right. So you see the picture?
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm referring to your AMAT. That means the one we learned in holiday tuition. Your teacher haven't covered. Okay. I understand that this is EMAT. I understand. Yeah, I understand. I also understand that you're not supposed to use AMAT in EMAT, or rather, your teacher would have said something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. However, I am using your AMAT understanding to explain what's going on here, right? So I did tell you that the calculator has a weakness, right? The calculator only gives you one answer, where there are actually more than one possible answer. You remember something like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Now I'm drawing a sine graph. Is that actually a sine graph?
Yeah. No.
It's a bit of memorization. So you remember this? It is.
Yeah.
So a bit of
cosine graph starts at the top.
Correct. Excellent memorization and excellent visualization. It is a memory, it's a memory thing, right? But you're a visual person, so that's easy, right? Now, 44.8 is on the x-axis or on the y-axis?
On the x.
Yes, because the degree is here. So the y-axis, remember, is the sine of the angle. So for example, here is 44.8, almost 45. Okay, almost 45 actually, like in fact, yeah. Ding, 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 ding. Then this guy is your sine 44.8 log, which is like, I think slightly, it's like 0.7 something. Okay, so something like 0.7. Okay, so far follow?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So when your calculator, you say, hey, yo, calculator, sine inverse that guy, this number, sine inverse that number, you do get your 44.8, right? That's how it is, like this number. Okay? Now.
Oh, right. Then there's a mirror image thing.
This angle. Now tell me from your AMAT, who is this guy? Very important guy.
It would be something like.
I don't want the exact answer. I want you to say, it's something minus something. That's much easier.
180 minus 44.8.
Very good. Now, this guy, whatever that guy is, must be that low. Must be because of the mirror image effect, right? And if you press the calculator, just confirm with me. You go and press calculator, sign 44.8 and sign this. Confirm that the numbers are exactly the same. Okay, that number, whatever that is, and then 180 minus 44.8. Okay, so far, Kyoko, you're doing a good job, right? It's a bit too small, so that means next time draw bigger because it's a visual method, better for you in exam. Yeah. Any questions so far? Kyoko, you're muted. Yeah.
No.
Okay, understand. So I won't teach you the presentation first. I just want to teach you the understanding of the method. This is not presentable yet, but it's totally correct already. Okay. So later we'll teach this. If you're happy, let's do a circle question, but you see your textbook while I treat Aditya. So Aditya, confirm, yeah, based on the drawing and based on the calculator, they are actually, the sign value is the same, even though the angle value is different. Okay?
Yeah.
So it is not a coincidence that now you go back to your teacher's note and you say it's 180 minus that. Basically your teacher is just asking you to do that. Instead of sticking to 44.8, which is the weakness of the calculator, you're going to use your visual sense and say, I think C1 is 180 minus 44.8. But C2 is definitely 44.8 lah. Do you understand what both me and your teacher is saying here? When you're ready, please unmute. Yeah. Oh, Kyoko, you're already doing the circle question, really? Oh, you are, isn't it? Is it correct? No, that's not a circle question.
No.
You want to finish this one first?
I can go up to circles first.
I guess I don't mind. All right. Okay. So Aditya, do you understand what I am saying and what your lecture note is saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So there, look, that's what this page means.
All right.
Okay. Now, flip. Is this a homework or something?
I mean, it was a class practice. I don't know. Like, my teacher has COVID, so the substitute gave it to us.
Okay, let's move to the hardest question. Let's assume that that's the last one. Okay. Is it this question 5, is it? Question 6, sorry.
Question 6.
Okay. Question 6 has no drawing. This is already challenging. Be very careful. If a question has no drawing, it is very misleading you most of the time. It's better to draw if you can. So you have a choice here. You don't have much time because you're late. Question 5 first so that you don't have to draw, or question 6 directly. Your choice.
I mean, since question 5 already had the drawing, might as well do question 6.
Right. But my strong suggestion in exam is you must draw something first. If not, it will be terrible. It will be a waste of time most of the time. Okay. So please draw something. Don't have to be accurate, but you must draw something. Okay, Kyoko. Exercise 1.
I think I need some guidance through the topic first.
You mean circle, is it? You mean circle?
Yeah.
Oh, please, yes. Show me your textbook. Show me your textbook.
I have no idea what the practice questions are trying to.
Definitely, right? So, okay, okay. Now I'm going to explain it immediately. Maybe the chapter 8.1 and 8.2. Now, give me a random coordinate, Kyoko, so I can put it as the center.
2,3.
Okay, 2,3. Now your drawing seems fine, Aditya. So doesn't seem to be wrong. I like it. In fact, I like it very much. So he say the 2 possible sizes of angle BCA. Now I think you have to crack that thing. There is a possible alternative triangle, right? A possible alternative triangle. Treat this as a multiverse. So at least there's 2. In another universe, this triangle is different than the one you draw. But the one you draw is correct. So you have 1 correct. Okay. Figure out the other one. This is very similar to your first page. So now 2, 3. Now, agree with me, Kyoko, first. If I have the center, I'll call that C, yeah? I'll call that C1, right? And I have the radius, I can draw the circle already. Quite easy that way, lah. Correct, Kyoko?
Yes.
Give me a random radius.
10.
All right, 10 is too big for me. Can I do 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just do this instead. Ding dong. Do you know why I do that?
Wait, my Jamboard is
Oh,
lagging.
yeah. Page 12. Yeah, okay. Right. So that's the center that you choose for me. And then when you say radius 5, I immediately draw a point. For example, this point. Do you know why I draw that point? This guy.
No.
Let me show you by drawing another point. Remember radius 5, yeah? So ding dong, another point here. So in fact, this is going to be 7 lah. And another point here. Ding dong, this will be -3. And then another point here. Ding dong, this will be 8 lah. Okay. In fact, I can draw 4 points quite easily based on what you told me lah. So this should be slightly closer, right? So, -3. And then, you know what? If I have a compass, I'll take a compass, but usually I don't need. I'll just do that. It's not a very nice circle, but there you go. That's my circle. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, makes sense, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, this circle, best form of equation. There are 2 forms of a circle equation. This is the best form, right? Will look like this. Huh? Notice the pattern first. Aditya, why are you stopping? Because you are doing the sign rule properly. Why are you stopping?
No, just thinking.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you don't go to BC. Oh, no, actually, you go to BCA. You go to BCA directly. That's fine. It is possible. Okay, so again, the center is 2,3. So watch what I do with the center, Kyoko. Ting tong, ting tong. Okay, and then ting tong, ting tong. Done. Okay, writing down this form of a circle equation is actually very easy, I would say. If you have the center and you have the radius, done. By the way, they look almost like a Pythagoras, isn't it? Because it is a Pythagoras. Let me explain. A random point, another random point, another random point. There are many random points on the circle, obviously, correct? Yeah? Now, what does this mean? It's very simple. 5 square is the hypotenuse. 5, meaning 5. And then I draw an upright triangle. Wow, we have been doing a lot of upright triangle, isn't it? Okay. So this is, let's say, a random point P. Yeah? Now this P will have its own, will have its own XP and YP, correct? XP and YP. This XP here, the difference between the XP and 2 is this side, correct or not? This one, correct? That is your X minus 2. And this one is your Y minus 3, correct or not?
Yeah.
So this square plus this square is 5 square. Yeah, Pythagoras what? Make sense? Another random point, for example, this guy, which I'll draw there. Wait a minute, this is also 5, right? But the upright triangle is a bit different. No? Let's say I choose this as my upright triangle, correct? So this guy is still going to be Y minus 3, and this guy is still going to be X minus 2 with a different Y and a different X. Does that make some sense?
I don't understand the green triangle.
No problem. Sorry. Again, agree with me first that this is the 5, correct? Correct. Now, Aditya, I want you to draw the other triangle based on your answer. Your answer seems to be correct. I want you to draw the other triangle based on, oh, the X is obtuse. What's going on here? Okay, find the other triangle, draw it. Okay, visualize it. That's your grow today. That's your grow today. Now, Kyoko, this is 2, right? This is your x. I'm sorry. This is your y. I'm sorry. This is in this case, I'm going to call this 3 and y. I'm so sorry. Yeah. This is, well, we can say is a y minus 3 lah, which is going to be a minus number, right? Y lower than 3 minus 3. A minus number doesn't matter. You square it, it becomes positive. So this guy is your yq minus 3. And horizontal one is your xq minus 2. Still the same. Here's your x and here's your 2. So same thing. This still represents one side of the triangle, the horizontal one. This represents the vertical side of the triangle. Square, square, square. Pythagoras.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is this format of a circle equation is simply a Pythagoras of every point on the circle with respect to the center with the radius of, well, whatever that radius is. It's more complicated than it looks. It's actually quite simple, is what I am trying to say.
Okay.
So far, so good? Okay, that's all. That's all. I think you can already do 8.1. I think. Check out your 8.1. Aditya, move up a bit so I can see your second triangle.
Yeah, just one sec. I kind of messed it up.
Do you have a compass with you, Aditya?
A compass like the circle drawing one?
Yeah, the one that you used to draw circles. Okay, Kyoko, put down the book. It's okay. Let's put down the book.
Yeah.
Exercise 8.1. For example, question 1 you can do already. For example, question 1. Just do. Try to do A and B, and the B one I think you have to draw lah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So Aditya, move up a bit. Sorry. Oh, is that no? Move up. I want to see your second triangle.
I didn't do it yet. Like.
All right. So you have your compass, right?
It should be somewhere nearby.
If you can find it in 1 minute, that will be very, very helpful.
All right. Yep, got it.
Okay, now show me your compass, especially the needle, and then put the needle on point B of your triangle. Okay, excellent. And then open the pencil and then put it at point C lah, right? You need a pencil there. Okay, good. Okay, put it on point C. And then circle a bit to the left lah. Circle clockwise lah. Circle clockwise, a bit small, so difficult. Okay, good. Until you hit the line again. Now, please name that intersection point C prime. Could you please do that for me?
C prime, how do what?
Yeah, because you start from C and now you are at C prime. Let's just call it that. C prime is a C
how do you write
a C with a small dot on top.
Oh, okay.
On the top right, I mean. So C, right, the C, and then okay. Sorry, I said the wrong thing. So it's not dot. It's more like something like this. Sorry, my spell just right now. C prime will look like that. C prime.
Oh,
something
okay.
like that. Yeah, something like that. Okay, will be helpful. Now, Kyoko, for B, I want you to at least draw the circle first. Yeah. Now, I claim to you, Aditya, you think carefully. I claim to you that the other triangle will be AC prime B. I claim to you. Think carefully.
That kind of makes sense.
Okay, why does it make sense?
Because if you like, this is already obtuse.
Good. So that's one indication. At least I'm not wrong. But you know what? It has to fulfill other criteria. For example.
Then, yeah, like this. If we can I just never really scissors work?
So does that guy fulfill the criteria of the question, right?
And like if we look here, it's an equilateral triangle.
Meaning to say BC prime is also 10.7 lah.
Yep.
It's not equilateral. I think you mean isosceles. I think
Oh yeah,
you
yeah,
mean
yes, yes.
isosceles. I don't think so. Also, the 23 degree is still 23 degree lah, right?
Yeah.
Also, the 17.4 is still 17.4. So I fulfill all the criteria of the question. That's why I am correct, like something like that. So obviously the new angle will be your 140 degree, I think something like that. Yeah, but again, 140 degree, right? So now you look at question part 2. Does it make sense? Find the two possible length for AC. Does that now make sense?
Yep, it does.
Okay, now your job is to do this. Your job is to do this.
Okay.
So I want to emphasize to you that the drawing, I think, matters a lot. I think you cannot solve it without the proper imagination. Now, Kyoko, your center is that minus 2,3, right?
Yeah.
Scaling not very good. I think in terms of circle, the scaling is very important because if your scaling is like this, then the circle will become ellipse later. I think because you squash the y-axis, then the circle no longer becomes a circle. I think this part is important. You want to scale it properly. That means no need to be so stingy with your space. You need more space for drawing in a circle, right? So give yourself some space. So -1, -2, right? So 1, -2. This is, I think, a slightly better scaling. So you have a center here. So the question tells you that the center is there and it touches something. So what does it touch?
X-axis.
Good. Why does he tell you that?
Because the distance will be the radius.
Very good. That's their way of telling you the radius while hiding it. Make sense? But once you know that, hey, I have radius and center, I can draw the circle. If I can draw the circle, I can draw the equation, correct? So at this point, you just randomly draw. It's okay. You don't have to do my 4 points, just roughly. I don't think you should be touching the the y-axis. I think you're misleading yourself. That means I want you to draw the 4 point law. That means radius 2, so the 4 north, south, east, west point. I think you need to think through about this a bit. So Aditya, move up a bit so I can follow your working.
Yep, just one sec.
Very good, Kyoko. Yeah, very good, Kyoko. As you can tell, you are now convinced it's not touching, right? Yeah, it cannot be touching like that, correct? It cannot be, yeah. Your scaling is also bad. it's now enlarged, so be careful with your scaling. You decided to find the small y first, is it? Sorry, the small y?
Like the y for number 1.
Oh, number 1, right? So the big y first, long y, okay.
Yeah.
And the way you use is the sign rule is the y. Okay, good. You put the unknown on top. And then you pair it with the angle, agree with you, and then use that. Okay, yeah, looks good to me. Yeah, this is what I teach you. Good. Something like that. Right. So the drawing of the circle is just to make sure you're not misleading yourself. For example, just now you draw touching the y-axis. I think that will be very misleading in the difficult question. Okay. But now, since you draw it already and you draw it well, you're ready to write down the equation. So x minus 3, y 2, and then equals to 2 squared, and then you're done. Okay, make sense?
Yeah.
Do you need to practice more before we go to question 2? Question 2 is the other technique I need to, but we don't have time already. We don't have time already. So at this point, I'll ask one question before we stop today. How is your completing square, Kyoko?
Not so good.
Okay, So here's the bad news, but you know this first before class. So a little bit of a good news. The bad news is you will be doing double double completing square every circle question. So like it or not, you have to be able to do it. If not, your circle question is just gone for you because you have to do that in the start immediately. So I'll give you a few good news. We have time to prepare, right? Obviously. Okay. If we cannot do it today, I'll cover you on Sunday if you're lost. And then this is your moment to fix your completing square because it will benefit your EMAT also. Right.
Okay.
So yeah, you cannot avoid
Okay.
Okay. Feel free to read the textbook because that's the next thing you have to cover, which is question 2. If you cannot do the thing after you read, don't despair, don't worry. Continue practicing more CG question from the exam paper. That will be okay.
Yeah.
So don't force yourself, don't hit yourself on the head on circle. Let me help you. Okay, at least on Sunday. Okay, yeah. Okay, so completing square, whether you can or not on Sunday.
Okay.
Okay. See you on Sunday. Bye-bye. So Aditya, looks like you do get a short and a long, right? And not sure whether it is correct, but it looks kind of convincing. It's not bad, I suppose. It's not bad.
It's correct.
It is correct. Do you understand why this is probably the hardest question?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's like there's 2 different lengths to deal with.
Correct.
Like 2 different values.
2 different triangles, one might even say, right? 2 different triangles. Yeah. Secondly, they don't draw for you.
Yeah.
Look at question 5. They at least draw for you.
Yeah.
So question 6 is probably the ultimate thing they can ask for you, look, because they don't even draw for you. You have to figure it out yourself. Okay. Now, I was very strict at the start. I don't want you to do write the formula first and everything, even though I believe that's what your teacher in class would like you to do.
Oh no, our teacher was telling us the thing, so I just wrote it down there.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Yeah.
You don't need it, and it won't cost you any mark, and I don't think it'll cost you any logic error also. I think you understood it already. Best practice that way. Okay.
All right.
Happy with your progress today. Only one thing today I'm not happy is that you're very late.
Yeah, my previous teacher left me late.
Oh, you have a... Okay. No comment on that. Yeah. For now, at least you're ahead. Okay. Any other question for today?
Yeah, I was thinking if we could have another class tomorrow because I got the math test on Friday, the quiz.
What topic? Sorry, remind me again.
Functions.
Why aren't we studying function today? I don't mind tomorrow, but why aren't we studying function today?
Because I did it before class, so that I'll get the EMATH aspect done so that I can do some bio before I go to bed.
But yeah, feel free to take an extra class tomorrow.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, yeah. Bye.
Bye.